Hi everyone, and today we'll be talking about Mastery Connect. So, what is Mastery Connect? What are some pros and cons? What are we putting into this platform? What are we getting out of it? And then, is this platform going to be right for us? So first, what is Mastery Connect? Well, according to their website, it is the K through 12 digital assessment management system that makes data-driven instruction a no-brainer. So let's take a look at some of the features, some of the reasons why somebody would want to use this service. It all starts with the curriculum map, which lays out which standards and which content students are going to consume. A teacher would start out by making a tracker from that curriculum map so that they can track assessments over time, and it's pretty straightforward to import the students from the student information system. And then once you've done that, you should have something that looks like this. So it's got this nice wide open playground, and we can do a lot of stuff with this. We can create assessments, we can view standards, we can set things as power standards. And so in order to get data into this tracker, we're going to need to add an assessment. And Mastery Connect is pretty flexible because it allows for paper-based assessments, or you can create your own technology-enhanced assessments that use things like drag and drop and fill in the blank, etc. So, and while students are taking these assessments, they have access to a whole suite of accessibility tools such as flagging questions, highlighting, and even text-to-speech functionality. So once students have taken their assessments, you should see some data in your Mastery tracker, and this is going to allow us to do lots of different types of data analysis. For example, we can look at performance by assessment to see which of the assessments most students were struggling with. We can also look at performance by student to see which student is struggling in general in the class. And of course, we can also look at assessments by question and say, how many students are choosing the right answer, how many students are choosing the wrong answer, and which are the most popular wrong answers. And these conversations can happen on our own as teachers, or we can even have these conversations with students to transform assessments from a summative to a more formative functionality. As Casey Bell notes, that we can utilize technology and leverage its capability to help students learn rather than just checking if they have learned. We can also use technology, for example, Mastery Connect, in order to create assignments that students can do beyond the bell at home. They can do homework, they can do self-checking assessments, and this also can provide opportunities for students to learn outside of the typical school day. So the way that would happen would be through Mastery Connect's student portal. And as a teacher, you have the option to choose what kind of assessments, whether the answer key shows up, whether they have access to tools like item analysis. And so you can customize what information they're able to access. So they would log in through their student portal if they're going to take a test, or they would log in through the general login screen, and then they'd be greeted with their student report that shows them their percent of mastery, shows them the standards and some information about each standard, and they have opportunities to view different data reports. And of course, there's also a way to loop in parents so that they can be updated on their students' progress as well. And of course, there's more. There's a community, and there's all types of additional features in Mastery Connect. So what are some of the reasons why somebody might not want to use this? Well, it's a lot, right? There's so much that you can do that it's often hard to know where even to start. And of course, it takes a lot of time, whether you're creating a digital assessment from scratch or converting a paper assessment to digital, or just the data analysis process in general. It just takes a lot of time. And it can be pretty confusing. Like, where do I go? What do I do? How do I use this? How do I use this efficiently, right? What are some best practices? And fortunately, there's lots of YouTube videos to help out, but again, it takes time. And of course, there is always the risk that your charter management organization might switch providers. For example, a few years ago, we used to use EDIMS. We used it for years. But then they got bought out and they rebranded, and then our charter management organization decided to reassess and switch to Mastery Connect, and now we're here. So, what are some of the different ways that we're putting information into the service? Well, we can put raw scores in. We can scan bubble sheets, we can use rubrics, or we can collect data from technology-enhanced questions in the tool itself. And what are we really getting out of this? Well, the theory is that if we can track performance, we'll be better able to target interventions, which will lead to better teaching and learning. Okay, so my verdict is, is Mastery Connect right for you? Mastery Connect might be right for you if you're comfortable with giving and grading online assessments, if you're comfortable with tracking mastery data digitally, and if you appreciate the data analysis suite of tools that Mastery Connect offers you, and crucially, if there's a support team, whether it's teachers or a curriculum specialist, that can help you navigate the process. Mastery Connect might not be right for you if you're not that comfortable with technology, if you don't really have to do a lot of data analysis in your particular role, if there's not a lot of support, whether that's other teachers or curriculum specialists, and it does cost money, so if money's an issue, or if you just prefer to analyze the data yourself, whether that's through spreadsheets or a different data analysis tool. So that's my take on Mastery Connect. Thanks for watching.